My name is Totsie Haversteak, and this is Time with Totsie. I'm so happy to have you back in my home today. It's just been a beautiful day, but as you can see, it's winter. Winter has arrived in the worst possible way. I mean, really, snow on the ground and terribly cold. I had a slight power outage here today, but fortunately none of my ice cubes melted because I put them on the porch. Now, I think that's resourceful, don't you? Don't you think that's resourceful, Pussy? Pussy thinks that's resourceful. Of course, Pussy won't go outside when it's cold. Oh, that reminds me of something very, very horrible that happens every time winter appears. You know, it's terribly, terribly dry in this house. I slather myself with moisturizing creams and ointments and things like that. But I don't suffer nearly as much as my dear, sweet little Pussy. You suffer, don't you, Pussy? Pussy? Pussy, come here, Pussy. She suffers terribly. She gets terribly, terribly itchy. And do you know how hard it is to have an itchy pussy in the house? Oh, it just drives me wild. I'll be in bed just ready to go to sleep, and all I hear is scratch, 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 scratch. You know I'm talking about you, don't you, Pussy? Oh, it's just maddening. So, lovely. Isn't that lovely? Aren't you happy I have ice cubes, Pussy? I am. I'm very happy. Now, what happened was, I called my veterinarian today and I said, Doctor, 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 you've got to help me. There's something wrong with my pussy. I have an itchy pussy. And he said to me, and I thought it was very strange, he said, Mrs. Haversteak. He does not call me Totsie. I don't allow just everybody to call me Totsie. He said, Mrs. Haversteak, you need a mechanic, not a veterinarian. And I said, what are you talking about? I've got a problematic, itchy pussy, and it's terrible, terrible, terrible in the winter. What am I to do? And he said, oh, I thought you said Mitsubishi. Well, I have no idea what he was talking about, but I made a note of it. Mitsubishi. Well, I suppose it sounds a bit like pussy, itchy pussy, doesn't it? In any case. Wonderful. Oh, that's so refreshing. It's very dry and warm in here, so I like to keep hydrated. Now, that was today. I haven't solved my pussy problem yet, but I think that'll come and work itself out at some point. Don't you think that will? You keep licking yourself and you'll get drier. That's what I say. Now, the other thing that happened today was little Jose. He's absolutely adorable. I mean, really, and smart as a... Oh, excuse me. I'm having some difficulties here. I think I'd better just wash down all those troubles with a little drink of my beverage. Yes. Oh, that's much better. Now, little Jose, as I was saying, is absolutely marvelous for helping me out with these webisodes on the worldwide interweb. And I don't think I'd be anywhere without him. He's tremendously helpful, don't you think? I mean, you're enjoying these, I hope. He's telling me you are. At any rate, Little Jose came over today, bless his heart, and brought Totsie the newspaper. Now, I stopped reading the newspaper years ago. I mean, really. There's nothing but bad news in there and coupons for stores I would never darken their doors. No, I wouldn't. There's some awful places that advertise in the newspaper, and it's terribly dirty, isn't it? I stopped reading the newspaper in 1968, and I have never looked back, have I, Pussy? I've never looked back. Why did I stop? Well, those awful riots. The cities were burning down, and I thought, I just refuse to participate in this destruction. And if I read it, it's going to happen. And if I don't read it, it's not happening. So that is where I live today. But Jose dropped me off the funny papers with the newspaper, and I thought that was terribly nice. I use the other parts to line my boots with because the newspaper is terribly warm. You know, it really is. Those poor little people during the Depression sleeping on park benches with newspapers knew what they were talking about. And I've already told you that I'm economizing. And I think I was very smart, don't you? I do too. Yes, I do. I'll congratulate myself right now. Lovely, lovely. Well, Jose dropped the little newspaper off, or should I say little Jose dropped a big newspaper off because it was the Sunday paper and full of things that I didn't bother to look at. But I did save the comics, and he sat right here on this sofa with me. He did. I let that little boy sit on my sofa with me, and he looked at me with the most beautiful, big, brown, little Latino eyes of his, and he said, "Mrs. Haversteak, Mrs. Haversteak." And I said, "Little Jose, you can call me Auntie Totsie. I think we're that close. I mean, really, I think he may be a different skin color from me, but I really think of him as family. I really do. I don't think I'm related to him in any way, shape, or form, or his mother, but I think we can call each other Auntie and Little Jose, don't you?" He sat right here on this sofa, right here next to me, and said, "Auntie Totsie, I want to be like you when I grow up." Well, I mean to tell you, I nearly burst into tears. I mean, really. Here was a young man wanting to be just like his Auntie Totsie, and I think that is absolutely wonderful, don't you? But it presents me with a bit of a problem. That helps the problem a little bit, but in truth, I mean, he really is the most adorable, smart as a whip little thing you ever saw, but really, how is he ever going to be like me? I can't imagine, can you? He has some funny tastes, and that's all right. He's young. But I will encourage him not to be so much like me, but to go from rags to riches, like I did. Well, as you know, I really never was in rags to start with, but I am now. In any case, I really am so happy that you stopped by to see us. I keep promising you to show you my pussy, but she's terribly flaky and dandery and very grumpy right now. Aren't you, Pussy? You're terribly, terribly grumpy with your mommy Totsie, aren't you? But I promise you very soon to show you my pussy, and you'll meet Jose. I'm trying to convince him to come on camera with me, and he might. We'll see. In any case, that is all I've got for today. This is Totsie Haversteak, and time